welcome to another live stream watch along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to Arnett Gardens FC versus Cavalier FC in Group A of the group stage of the 2024 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. Cavalier have already advanced. They will finish top two in the group mathematically. The question is whether it is Mount Pleasant or Ral Hope who finish with them. Miscellaneous Police FC has already played 4 games. They're stuck on 5 points. They are eliminated. Arnett Gardens can only pick up 4 points. They are eliminated no matter what happens tonight. Mount Pleasant plays Ral Hope. If there is a draw or a Ral Hope win, Ral Hope will advance with Cavalier to the knockout stages of this tournament, the semifinals. Mount Pleasant has to win to advance to the knockout stages, as I predicted, with Cavalier. Cavalier, no matter what, will advance, because only one team can go above 6 points. So, do you remember the boy that loved Cavalier? The one who was saying Toronto would lose to Cavalier and all that stuff? Yeah. Is that you? Is that you? Change your name, I guess, on this channel. Okay. Welcome back. You know what? Has Herdman finally shown you he's a fraud? He's shown me he's a fraud since that 5-game losing streak or whatever the hell. Since the drone thing came out, I've been just turning more and more against him. Get Drone Boy off the frickin'. Just send Drone Boy off the plank. Toronto needs a pirate. That's all I'm going to say. Toronto needs a pirate. That's the only way I know we'll succeed, is if there was a pirate running that team. I mean, there could be other people that would succeed, but I don't trust anybody but a pirate. With that being said, you may actually do that considering Cincinnati are frauds. Starting 11s for both teams. Arnett Gardens, Eric Edwards, Joel Jones, Rushke Wilson, Shai Smith, Marlon Allen, Rashane Thompson, DeAndre Cunningham, Alwyn Strachan, Murray, Odell Brown, and Caneldo Brown. For Cavalier, in goal, Vino Barclay in goal. We have Shamar Watson, Richard King, Giovanni Lang, Jalmaro Calvin, Adrian Reed, Dwayne Atkinson, Christopher Ainsworth, Jaheim Frazier, Kwame Thompson, and Shaquille Stein for Cavalier tonight. It's on Fox Soccer Plus. So if you have a VPN, that would be going to either CONCACAF's YouTube channel or do the incognito window trick with foxsports.com. I may pull that game up on Tubi because I'm sure that's where it's being played and watch both at the same time. But right now, let me handle this. Let's look at my NFL predictions last week. Dallas did beat the Giants. Let's make the predictions for this weekend. The Saints lost to the Falcons. I wouldn't forget that. No. Rams lost to Chicago. Minnesota beat Green Bay. I did pick that. Pittsburgh lost to Indianapolis. I hate that. That sucks. Jets versus the Broncos. The Jets lost. I've only got 2 games right this week so far. Tampa Bay did beat Philly. Cincinnati did beat Carolina. Houston beat Jacksonville barely. Arizona lost to Washington. San Francisco beat New England. Vegas lost. No, Vegas did beat Cleveland. Boom, got that. Kansas City beat the Chargers, got that. Baltimore beat Buffalo, got that. Miami lost to Tennessee. And the Lions beat the Seahawks. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, better than last week. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's true. Because they'll have to go on first. How'd Chelsea do? They won 4-2. Teams are walking out. We're getting ready to go. Those are nice jerseys by Cavalier. It's a watch-along. I'll watch both, though. Daniel's real deal. Washington's been a surprise. Speaking of predictions this week, I got Tampa beating Atlanta. I got Minnesota beating the Jets. I got Chicago beating Carolina. I got Cincinnati. I'm going to go there. Cincinnati beating Baltimore. I got Miami beating New England. Actually, no, I think New England will win that game. Washington beating Cleveland. Jacksonville beating Colts. Houston beating Buffalo. Vegas beating Denver. I'll pick an upset this week. Vegas beating Denver. San Francisco beating the Cardinals. Green Bay beating the Rams. Seattle beating the Giants. Do I want to go with Pittsburgh or Dallas? Pittsburgh's had a better season. I'll go Pittsburgh. And Kansas City beating the Saints. And probably, 64 points? Yeah, there you go. On Fox Soccer Plus is where I'm watching it. He's a fraud for Canada, too. So there we go. Let me bring up Tubi. And I'll watch the Mount Pleasant game. Raoul Hope as well. Starting 11 for Arnett Gardens. Williams, Brown, Jones, Strachan, Cunningham, Thompson, Murray, Kelson, Smith, Allen, and Brown. There we go. I can bring up Tubi. Heck, it's got to be on Tubi. The other one's got to be on Tubi. There we go. Cavalier with the awesome jerseys. Arnett wearing black and red. Yep, it is Mount Pleasant versus Raoul Hope. There it is. Okay. So we got that up on the computer. We got both. If Raoul Hope wins or draws, they will advance to the semifinals. If Mount Pleasant wins, they will advance to the semifinals with Cavalier. We know Cavalier will advance. That's the one thing we do know. Cavalier starting 11, Barclay, Lang, King, Thompson, Fraser, Reed, Watson, Ainsworth, Calvin, Atkinson, Stein. They're both playing in Jamaica tonight. Mount Pleasant playing at home. They have to win if you want them to advance. They cannot draw to advance. They have to win. They have 1 point less than Raoul Hope. If you give each team 1 point, Raoul Hope would still have one more. That'd be 5, 6, 7. To finish first, I think Cavalier would have to, they would have the goal differential. They would have to finish a draw. Any result for Cavalier would put them first if Mount Pleasant wins. A win would put Cavalier first if Raoul Hope wins. A draw would still put Cavalier first no matter what. So any result but a Raoul Hope win would have Cavalier qualify in first place. But they're qualifying anyway. But playing forward, here we go. For the Cavalier game, we are off. There we land. Mount Pleasant about to kick off. The final 2 Caribbean Cup group stage games right now as we speak. Playing forward. I won't end this stream until whoever ends second. Let's put it like that. That might not end well for me, but whatever. Here we go. 0-0, both games. Cavalier gets started first. Just by a nose. But that may just be Tubi being behind. I don't know. Playing forward. Mount Pleasant going to play the ball back and try to push it forward. Arnett Gardens in the box. Here's a chance. No, that'll be picked up. Arnett Gardens was defending. Ball was loose in the box, though. But they're going to get to play it forward. Here come Rel Hope. Good defense by Mount Pleasant. Cross in, headed away. I find it kind of funny that all of Cavalier's games were played in Jamaica. They didn't travel once. Even their away games were played in Jamaica. The two Jamaican teams, they played away, which means they're still on the island. Yeah, they traveled on the island. They didn't leave the island. They played Rel Hope and Miscellaneous Police in Jamaica. They did not travel one bit. Cross in. That's got to be crazy. Be like, I've never saved past the post. That's got to be where you're supposed to travel, a tournament where you're supposed to travel, and they don't travel one lick. That's crazy. It's crazy. No, there's no way. They're not going to steal the spot from an AFC team they already told's going. I find that unlikely. Very unlikely. They're not that corrupt. Arnett Gardens. Defended away. Or headed away. Cavalier clears it away. Bucks and Falcons about to start. Shot! Ooh, wide by Mount Pleasant. Wide. But that was a foul anyway. But we're going to see what happens. Y'all heard me making my picks, but I'll show. Bucks, Vikings, Bears, Bengals, Patriots, Commanders, Jaguars, Houston, Raiders, 49ers, Packers, Seahawks, Steelers, Chiefs. Yeah, exactly. But then you could add whoever you want. The MLS Cup champions will get added too. That won't be Toronto FC, though. It's too late for a Pirate to come in and save it, at least this year. Send Herdman off the plank. Make him walk the plank. I'm the captain now. Make him walk the plank. I agree. It works for a while, but here's the bad thing about a club team. You see them every day for 9 months. MLS season is so long that the MLS season is so long. I won't go there. Whatever. The MLS season is so long that a woman could get pregnant at the start of it, have a kid by the end of it. It's the same length. It's the same length. That was scattergun. I don't know why. MLS season's really long, though. It's way too long. There's no off season, especially if you're good. But even if you suck, there's no off season. Not that I'm complaining. Like Mexico kind of has an off season. The only breaks you get in MLS are the international breaks. Oh, wait, they don't play. Oh, they play through them. Oh, right. I hate that too. But then again, if we didn't play through them, we'd be playing for the whole year. We got to avoid the snow. Then why are we playing in February? Why are we playing in February? Want to avoid the snow. Why are we playing in February? Then you add preseason. Because let's remember, there's a preseason there. 0-0 in both games. You add a month of that. Again, there's barely any actual off season, especially when you're good. If you're like me, you'll watch the games. If you're like me, you'll watch the playoff games anyway. And if you're like me, in this position, I guess me doing videos in January is analogous to a preseason. Analogous to a preseason. So there you go. I don't know why I'm fiddling with this. I don't know why I was fiddling with a pen. But am I wrong? But my point being is the MLS season's too long. It's too long. Like, it doesn't feel like Europe is as long. I may be wrong. But let's see. June, July, half of August, that's 2.5 months. MLS Cup is December. Early December. So you have basically 1 month of an actual off season. Especially if you go to MLS Cup. But of the true off season, 1 month. There's a problem when the transfer window goes through the early part of the season for like 2 months. If the transfer window is open for 2 months of the regular season, you have a problem. They choked. They choked. They couldn't even do anything. Michael Harris, good on him. The rest of them, they choked. They punted game 1 like idiots because they had to pretty much, but they still punted it because they had to play a doubleheader the day before and travel that night to San Diego. Shot! Goal! Goal for Arnett Gardens. 1-0. I got the Detroit Tigers. Your only op is Philly now. I wouldn't. Oh, op. Well, no, I'd still be afraid of the Detroit Tigers if they got to the World Series. But San Diego ain't bad. San Diego ain't bad. San Diego ain't bad. But Arnett Gardens scores 1-0. They could hit. Their pitching is pretty good. We got owned. The Braves got owned by freaking, damn it, what's his name? Former Yankee dude. Slipped my mind. Former Yankee dude. How does that happen? I mean, Joe Musgrove's a good pitcher. I didn't realize former King, I think, wasn't it? I didn't realize he was a good pitcher. Shot wide, but Arnett Gardens is leading over Cavalier. But if Mount Pleasant wins, a loss would still have Cavalier finish first. The only way it doesn't, even a Real Hope draw would still have Cavalier finish first. They just don't want Real Hope to win. But they're advancing. The mathematics lead to them advancing, no matter what. So that's not the problem. Cross in. Yeah, I think I may have wiped my mind of that Braves performance. Nope. See, they have to qualify through the Club Shield. They did not. Grenades is from the Cayman. No. Antigua and Barbuda is where Grenades is from. And Arnett Gardens is from Jamaica. Yep. But Grenades played well. They just didn't make it anywhere. But I thought they played well for a team that got eliminated. This tournament's a little bit harsh. Like 7 teams out of the 10 will not make Champions Cup, and 6 of those will be eliminated in the group stage. I don't know what's worse, being eliminated in the group stage when it's only 10 teams, or being the one team who doesn't go to Champions Cup out of the Final 4. I don't know which one's worse. I don't know what would feel worse. Like so close, but yet so far. I'm thinking so close, but yet so far is the one that hurts more, personally. But no Puerto Rican teams, no. They could have qualified through Club Shield. They didn't. That's why Robin Hood wasn't here. If they qualified through their league, they would have been here. But their league wasn't fully professional yet, but now it is. And Raul Hope scores 1-0. Disaster for Cavalier. They're down, and Raul Hope is leading. That's not good. Raul Hope leading. Cavalier loss leads to Raul Hope finishing first. Mount Pleasant being out. And there's the goal. Good pass. Why are Haitian teams so unironically good? Exilius scores. Why are they so unironically good? At least, like, there's always one Haitian team every year that just pops up out of nowhere and does some good stuff. Only reason there wasn't one last year and then Champions Cup this year is because there was none in the Caribbean Cup. They weren't allowed. Now the strife in the country is tampered down so they can play. And now they're back. And there's always one. There's always one. Violette. Actually, I think last year Violette could have still qualified through the Club Shield, but they didn't. If I remember correctly, but they lost in the Club Shield. But they had a chance. They had a chance, but they didn't make it. If I remember correctly. There's always things in CONCACAF that are guaranteed. What's the score? The Cavalier game? Both games are 1-0. Cavaliers losing to Arnett Gardens 1-0. Raul Hope's beating Mount Pleasant 1-0. It's not going well for the teams the bigger Jamaican teams in this tournament. Well, the one who's already eliminated is going well for. The two that could advance, no, it's not. Cavaliers already advanced, but, Mount Pleasant is in trouble. They have to win. Now they have to score 2 goals to advance. And Cavalier will finish second in their group if Raul Hope wins. I agree with that. Herdman is a motivational merchant, in my opinion. And here's the problem, as I said, the MLS season is as long as its gestation period. And you see those players every day. At some point, that motivation's going to run dry. They're just going to tune you out. You're going to sound like the teacher off Peanuts. John Herdman to those players sounds like the teacher off Peanuts right now. And he only has one tactic. So if it's not working, if they figured him out and the motivation is not working, guess what? You're screwed. But he doesn't know enough to fix the problem that way either. Wah, 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 wah. TFC problem are the suits. It doesn't help when your manager is a motivational merchant. The players have tuned him out, making him sound like the Peanuts teacher. The teacher off Charlie Brown. Wah, wah, wah. But yeah, the suits are also the problem. If not the current ones, the ones in the past. The most recent past. if not currently. I'm not going to get so mad at Keith Pelly. I don't think Herdman can correct this. Unless they get the perfect new blood this offseason, I don't think he can correct it. There needs to be some new blood that perks up the spirits of that locker room, that dressing room. I don't think that'll happen. I believe so, but he wanted to go home and then go to Europe. But it's kind of funny that Bezbatchenko did the same exact shit to Columbus that he did to us. Leaves after a Champions League final loss. Except I don't think Columbus will fall off as hard. It'll take a couple of years, but I don't think they'll fall off as hard. Because, oh, wait, guess what? Tim Bezbatchenko's protege was at Columbus as Issa Tall. It was Issa Tall. We didn't have a protege. We just called him, hey, Ali Curtis. And then when Ali Curtis failed, they gave Bob Bradley all the power. That didn't work either. Do I feel like they were biding their time after Vanny left? Do I think Ali Curtis actually had a chance to succeed? Yes. Yes, I do. Do I think after Greg Vanny left, they were basically just biding their time for Bob Bradley to come free and they sign him? Let's see what the offseason looks like. There's a lot of money coming off the books. But when John Herdman says, I have no idea what I want to do in the offseason, I haven't even looked towards it, when you know what the problems are, I'm sorry. That doesn't sound positive to me. That doesn't sound good to me if you're going to say, oh, I have no idea what I want to do in the offseason. Because I don't know about you, but I've already said we need a number 10, preferably a guy like Usama Adrisi, or bring back Pozuelo, or something of that ilk. We need to get rid of Lorenzo Insigne, whether that's the buyout, MLSE has the money to pay him, or he does leave to Saudi Arabia. Then you replace him with a player like Ilyas Ajamash. If you're going 3 DPs, 3 U22s, by the way, he's 20 years old. You don't even have to use a DP spot on him. You could use the U22 spot on him. Enough of that. Then, so you have two full DP spots, because I do want to keep Bernadeschi. I honestly do. I'm not against Bernadeschi like some people are. He has a heart. He's a fighter. If the players were better around him, I think he'd be better off. Well, he's right about that. But when you say, when you're saying, I have no idea what I want to do in the offseason, last press conference, you should have an idea. I know you can't tap players up, but I could say, hey, I know we need a number 10. I know we need a better quality left winger. I know we need a better quality striker. I know we need better quality center back depth. I know X. I know Y. You don't have to say names, but at least you should have an idea of where you want to go. Now, if you have names, that's even better, like I do. But, I have names. But I understand you can't tap players up, but maybe you need to say, hey, I want better production here. I need better production here. I need better production here. You could at least say the positions of what you need to fix or get better out of. You could at least say that. You can't tap up players. No, because frankly, I think what's better with these type of guys is be like, hey, if you want to be here next year, show me you deserve it. That's what he should have done, frankly, publicly. He already called out Lorenzo publicly. He did. So he has the balls to call people out publicly. Be like, there's some people here who won't be here next year. You think you're too good for this? You're not. You want to be here next year? If it was me, I'd be like, there are too many people here who think they're too good for this. too good for the fight. Well, you're not. You're not. If you give your 100%, maybe you will be, but you're not giving your 100%. So you know what? If you want to be here next year, show me. Show me. Because there's some people here that need to go if they don't fix up. That's just the truth. Some of you, your living situation's going to change. And I think, how do you change? You start by rolling the hell out of some people. Start by going after every ball with everything you have. Well, that's a problem. This man's actually coached a World Cup team, and he doesn't even know how to be ruthless enough. But some random jackass pirate knows that you need to be ruthless. Weird. Huh. I don't think you need any experience. Maybe I'm just an asshole. But maybe I'm the last of a dying breed. Maybe I'm an asshole. Maybe I'm a redneck. I don't know what I am. Maybe I'm all of it. But I don't know. Maybe it's obvious as a manager you should be ruthless and maybe not give a fuck to a certain extent. I don't know. You're not there to be their friend. You're there to get performances out of them. If you're there to be their friend, man, I wonder. You're not there to be your friend. It's like being a parent. You're not there to be your friend, be their friend. You're there to lead them. I mean, it's a different sort of, even parenting's a different sort of situation, but it's similar, right? It's comparative. You're not there to be their friend. You're not there to be your kid's friend. And you're not there to be friends with your players. At least not when work hours are going on. Learning how to swing. Swing your sword. Love it. But still 1-0 in both games. But exactly. The manager is the boss. Supposed to be making sure they're doing their work to the best of their ability. And if they're not, you say, publicly or privately, or both, you're not doing your job. If you hate that you're being called out, leave. You're not cut out for this. Get out of the kitchen. Leave. You're not cut out for this. See, to me, and that's another thing, to me, I want players that are cut out for the pressure. Because guess what? Toronto's pressure. Why? Those fans deserve better. Oso walked up to those fans, and I'll give him all the credit. He may be a washed-up player if he's doing more than just reading the game, you know? But Oso walked up to those fans in the South End. He discussed that with them. He apologized to them. Those fans deserve better. Those fans deserve better. The fans deserve better. Especially ones that pay season tickets year in, year out, prices raising every year for this shit. They deserve better. They deserve better. And I give Oso all the plaudits for last night going up to the supporters section and talking to them. Everybody should have done that. Especially people who were who's at fault for this. Shane O'Neill, send him up there. Send him up there. Even the guys who had, besides Oso, that were fighting. Bernadeschi, of course, he probably couldn't come back out. He had a red card. Fair. Oh, I forgot about that. Damn. Man, that's an insult. Well, no, it's not. But Man, how far we fallen. We got to play Miami and give them the guard of honor. Ay, ay, ay. That's going to be a sight. That's going to be a sight. At least we're not the only ones because Miami has to play on decision day. But again, like, yeah, it's absolutely right that that Oso went up to those fans. I don't even think Michael Bradley last year, as captain, mind you, did the same thing. I don't remember Michael last year, hearing about Michael going up to those fans last year. Hell, ever since they came back to Toronto and he was playing, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it. Oso went up there. Hell, even as vice captain, he still went up there. And hell, even before 2020, I understand 2023, maybe he was worried about his safety to a certain extent. Michael, but 22 and 21, no. And I don't remember it. So Oso's a better captain? Maybe. '27th minute, 1-0 for Arnett Gardens. Like, I personally, I need players that embody the song Renegade by Styx. Frankly. I need, if I was the manager, I need players to represent what that song represents. I'd also play it at halftime when players are walking out of the tunnel at home. I would add that on because you know what? Because here's the thing. BMO Field has also lost its fortress. BMO Field's also lost its fortress. BMO Field and Cavalier tie it up. It's 1-1. Shaquille Stein ties it up. So they're back top of the group. 7 points. Well, no, if this still ends up a Real Hope win, no, they wouldn't be. They'd still be second. But BMO Field has lost its energy. It's lost its fortress. Your home field should be your fortress. Teams should walk into that stadium and be afraid to play there. No, they're not getting points there. At least not 3. 7-7 between Bucks and Falcons. Teams should walk in to BMO Field knowing the best you're going to get's a point. And that's very rare. That's not what BMO is anymore. And I know BMO can be that. I know. Back in the good days, BMO can be that place. The fans still bring it. They do. But we need a mentality to where the players will give that to them. Give that to them. Give them that fortress. Also be hard to beat on the road, but if you get almost what? You play 34 games, 17 at home. You win 15 games at home and draw 2. That's pretty damn good start. Right? MLS is also a very big home field advantage league anyway. So. But yeah, if I was the manager, yeah. Definitely would also play Renegade by Styx at halftime when our team's walking out at the half. Like the bench players walk out to like the beginning, and then when the beat drops, like the main 11 come out, or the 10 that'll still stay on come out. Still came out. Ooh, Cavalier almost took the lead there, but the ball plays back. That'll be free kick for Cavalier while it being 1-1. I agree with that. But again, the mentality of the whole group needs to be hardworking, gritty, unbeatable, unbreakable. That's what it needs to be. And it's not that. And can it be forced? Yeah. Can some of it, at least the seeds of it, be forced? Of the mentality of, hey, we are unbreakable. We are gritty. Yes. I still like Renegade, though. Personally, here's how I would do it. Start of the game, we keep Legend TFC. Halftime, walking out at halftime, Renegade by Sticks. With flares, flags, and cowbells. Like you ring cowbells. Instead of terrible towels, you ring cowbells to the beat of the song. But then you still have the flares and flags going. And then the end, Toronto through and through. Because Red City Ramblers made another song that nobody remembers. And the goal song is Just Can't Get Enough. So it's still part of it, but the mentality has to change a little bit, and I think there has to be things that are tweaked. Just Can't Get Enough to the goal song, but a song about us, Toronto through and through, should be the victory song. Sang probably either before the drum hit or after the Viking clap drum hit, but that's just my opinion. Just my opinion. That's just my opinion. I think that before the game and after the game, the songs that play should be songs about the club. We're old enough to do that. The club's old enough to do that. But even the mid halftime song should be something that represents the mentality. But before and after, I don't know. Prince Owusu's contract's coming up. Hopefully they don't keep him. I'm thinking that Sigurd Ralsted, I think, comes up as well. Don't keep him. Cross in by Arnett Gardens, header saved. Sigurd Ralsted's and Prince Owusu's comes up. All high juke split games. Fans are in their seats 2 hours before the game, singing Dalmatian high juke songs. Exactly. But header, goal! Cavalier takes the lead! Cavalier, 2-1, takes the lead. They probably root for freaking Colorado Rapids. That wouldn't happen. But I would love it, personally. I would love it if they got a South Park video, but I don't think, no. That probably won't happen. But I do believe that there are some things that need to be tweaked. If we're going to start a new good era, things need to be tweaked just slightly. So no matter what, even if Real Hope wins, Cavalier will be top of the group with this result. 35th minute. Jomaro Calvin with a header, 35th minute. A lot of English tourists became high juke split fans after going to one game there. Makes me want to go. Players-wise, no. Yes, there's drastic changes needed, but I guarantee you, Owusu needs to go. Ralsted needs to go. I wouldn't pick up their options. I'd let them walk. But again, Insigne needs to go, whether that's a buyout or him being sold. We pick up players like Ilyas Ajimash on a U22 deal because he's 20, so no DP, just U22. Usama Idrisi, DP number 10, a DP striker, because that's our third DP spot, a DP striker. Richie won't be a DP next year. Oso won't. So we have 2 full DP spots if Insigne leaves, and we already had an open one, or whatever Richie was holding is open. So there's that. But then they would have 3 U22 spots. You'd give one of those to Ilyas Ajimash, so there's that. Moroccan from the Olympics who burnt. You see, here's why I know he would work better than Insigne. Here's why I know he would work. Because let's remember that USA-Morocco game at the Olympics? That man was cooking everybody. Guess what? All those USA players are MLS-level players. Point blank, period. Even if they've went to Europe, they're MLS-level players. He cooked them all. If you could get that man from Villarreal, you get that man over to Toronto, he would cook everybody every week. As long as he doesn't get hurt with by the way, the physio team needs to still be fixed. I don't know what happened there. They need to fix the physio team. I don't know what happened there. But if he was healthy every week, watch how he played at the Olympics against the USA. He's still a pretty good player anyway, but watch how he played that game. He would do the same in MLS. If he cooked MLS level players like that at the Olympics, just imagine what would happen every week. There's no way it wouldn't. This man has afterburners for a freaking engine. It's amazing. He's has afterburners for an engine. Man might end up being offside a couple of times a game, but hey, whatever. Just imagine down that wing, either Henry Wingo or Nixon Gomes, because Richie should play on the same side as Bernadeschi. That should never be changed. Don't think so. I don't think so with a Copa. No, maybe one. Because if Bernadeschi wasn't suspended or hurt, Insigne was suspended or hurt. If they weren't, Oso was either gone or hurt. Richie was hurt, then gone for most of the season. After game 1, let's not forget that. Coelho was hurt, which I think he should be a cornerstone of this team. Davy Flores got suspended and hurt a couple of times. Sean Johnson was hurt. Gomes was hurt off and on, which I think he matters a lot. Long, hurt a little bit. I think he got hurt early on. Yeah, no, I don't think we had any. The physio team's the problem. Well, that's another problem. The physio team still sucks. It can't be the hybrid pitch, right? Well, it can't be because injuries happen on the road too. On grass or turf. Or is it the pitches at Downsview? I'm not sure. It could be that. Well, it can be. I think some of the injuries were picked up in training. Especially Insigne's. It's like, oh, he's questionable. How the hell did that happen? Probably training. So are you telling me that the pitches at Downsview were horrible too? Is that what you're telling me? Weird. But I don't see as, maybe it's because, I don't know, maybe people don't care, but I don't see as many TFC2 injuries because guess what? The TFC2 players are ready to come up as soon as they're needed. There you go. So, weird. So either TFC2 has a better physio team or how about swap deal? Lorenzo Insigne for Alejandro Pozuelo. I'll take that too. I will take that. Well, first thing we do is get Idrisi. for the number 10. If we have to buy out Insigne, we will. If we can't get Idrissi, and it looks like it's impossible, then you do the swap deal with Alfaya for Pozuelo. I'm sure he still has it. He still has it. He's like Aldi Messi. He plays just like Messi. He's still got it. Hey, how you beat Messi is you play a guy just like him in front of him. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Big brain. But if you can get Idrissi, then either buy out Insigne or let him go wherever the hell he wants to go. But in Saudi, of course. But if Saudi don't want to buy him out. I don't think Herdman. It depends on if the manager's pushing it. I don't know if Herdman would actually push it. That's the problem. I would. He wouldn't be able, if he can't play 70 minutes, he can't play an all-out pressing, running, and attacking football style if he can't play 70 minutes with whatever the hell Herdman wants to play. Whatever you call that. It makes you wonder when Bernardeschi shuttles up and down the pitch. Insigne doesn't do that. That man walks. I have not seen Insigne put in the effort that Bernardeschi does. See, the reason why I'm still fine with Bernardeschi playing on this team and staying as a DP is because he could play that type of system. He could play the type of system. He'd run. He runs. He runs. He runs up and down the pitch. He shuttles up and down the pitch. That man doesn't stop running. Insigne walks. And on the wing, you can't walk. Maybe as a number 10, but that man doesn't want to play number 10. I think he was looking for a payday because I never saw him play like this with Napoli. Even when he was on his way out, he never played like this. This is he got his payday, and we gave him a bag like the fools we are, thinking he was going to be Javinko 2.0. I feel like Bernardeschi. I feel like Bernardeschi should have been the one who got paid more. I feel like he should have been paid Insigne's wages. He's still getting paid a good, pretty penny, but he should have been paid Insigne's wages. At least he's been working his ass off. That's my opinion, though. That's exactly my point. He started doing this in Toronto. And frankly, it was after 2022, he started well, but then he fell off and he just never recovered. That's my point. Even Napoli, Like, the funny part is he used to play a system. He used to be able to play a system like all-out attacking football. He used to play Maurizio Sarri's system. He's older now. He doesn't give a shit now. You know how you could do that and get away with it? Go to Saudi Arabia. They don't care. Hell, they'll probably pay you more. Let's go Cavalier. They're leading 2-1. 2 minutes to go before the halftime. 4 minutes of stoppage time for Real Hope versus Mount Pleasant. He doesn't care anymore, and that's the bad part. Like, I don't believe you could turn the page back to 2015, 2016. You can't. You can't. You're in the National Stadium. Nice. That's nice. They wouldn't do that. I don't know. I don't know. Here's the problem. MLS still has a salary cap. Now, what I do wish is Tannenbaum takes Toronto with him. Like he just, with his company. Because Tannenbaum has his own sports holdings company. I personally wish Rogers would be like, hey, Tannenbaum, take Toronto FC. Maybe they'll package up the Argos too, but hey, with John Herdman as manager, you're right. The way they're playing, you're right. Same. I love food. 2 minutes. I mean, TFC did lose to Forge. Oh, I don't know. Cavalier. That's got to be a free kick. The goalkeeper just stood in his way. That's a free kick. Point blank, period. That should be a yellow card, too. That's dog-so. Yeah, it's a yellow. Yeah, it's a yellow, too. You're lucky that's not a red. He just... I've seen jawbreakers before. I've tried them before. Not the big ones, but I've tried them. Probably. You put Sigurd Rosted out there and Jalmaro Calvin would make him look like an idiot. I agree. Well, yeah, but then York and Forge would just cry. Be like, but what about us? It's more likely that Toronto FC, as the Toronto FC club, would have a woman's side added to it for Don Garber's women's MLS project. If he gets what he wants after the 2027 World Cup. Goal! Oh. Nope, offside. Offside for Al Hope. That's halftime for Cavalier. It is 2-1 for Cavalier over Arnett Gardens. They came back. I don't think that would happen, but then again, Independiente was a thing. So Quebec's the French province, but Saputo would have never paid for him. And frankly, it would have been nice if Toronto got Olivier Giroux, but Richie Laredo was still a DP this year. But then again, we could have done the same Zlatan deal where you had Tam for half the year and then became a DP the next year. But Quebec's the French province. I know, Rory. But halftime, Raoul Hope leading 1-0 over Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant still needs 2 goals to advance and a win. Well, that means Insigne would have went to Milan, which... You wouldn't sign somebody to MLS just to trade him as soon as you signed him. Besides, I don't think DP contracts work that way. $45 more minutes. Sign and trade? I've never heard that happening before. I mean, yeah, it would have been hilarious, but it would have been wild. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going. 2-1 for Cavalier, 1-0 for Al Hope. We'll be back. Sit tight. That's what YouTube chooses to place for you. So that's on them. That's on them. I ain't placing political ads. That's YouTube. And you must be very political because you're getting political ads. So that's on them. There's 3 streams today. I'll be live for Alajuelense versus Comunicaciones as well. And a second video reviewing that game. Stats of the half are as follows. 4 shots to 10, 2 shots on goal to 6, 1 assist to 2, 1 steal to 15, 6 fouls to 4, 48% possession to 52% possession, 0 offside to 3, 123 correct passes to 111, 39 incorrect passes to 47, 162 passes to 158, 76% pass accuracy to 70. That'd be 2 corners to 5, 1 yellow card to 1, 0 red cards to 0, 1 to 2. Cavalier leading at the half and would still top the group if this holds. If this result, well, actually, this result holds. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. That's politics to YouTube. Global conflict is politics to YouTube. Well, you will be in about as soon as the election is called in Canada. Whether that is late 2025 as it should be or early next year because they finally got the non-confidence vote, or hell, later this year if the non-confidence vote finally happens. It happens 3rd time's the charm or whatever. It really is sort of wrong, though, that the Bloc is keeping the Liberals in power, though. It kind of is, though. I mean, they only serve the interests of one province, and they're keeping the Liberals in power. Yeah, that makes no sense to me. I mean, they are in the Commons, but come on now. Come on now. Come on now. I don't know how I would play Spanish political. Well, most people who watch, I would bet, watch this content couldn't even vote in the election. So hope the Bloc actually keeps what they're saying and pull support. Yeah, the Quebec Premier wants them to pull support. So hopefully. Man, wouldn't it be funny if somehow, well, no, I think at this point it would be a later election than the American election, but it would be pretty cool to follow one election on November 5th and then one right before Christmas. I love following election results. I love doing that. That's my thing. I love it. Preferably, well, there's only really actually term limits for the president, but when it comes to the House of Representatives, you can run as long as you want, and the Senate. Comparatively, the House of Commons is more like the House of Representatives if the House of Representatives makeup chose the president, you know? That's the way I like to explain it to people who don't understand the parliamentary system. The House of Commons is the House of Representatives, but the Prime Minister is the leader of the, basically, well, not Speaker of the House, but basically if the president was chose by who has the most seats in the House of Representatives, preferably their party leader, would be the president, prime minister. Then again, you have the governor general. The governor general, which is actually the head of state, which is the in situ for the royalty, the monarchy. So really, the prime minister isn't even the highest political figure in Canada. That's actually the governor general. The prime minister has to write to the governor general to dissolve parliament. The governor general actually is the true. It takes a while to replace it with a king. I thought it'd take a little bit quicker, but Cavalier will top the group if this result holds. Real hope, even if they win, that'll be 8 points. Cavalier would have 9. If Raoul Hope leads to a draw, well, still be. I don't know. But, so when it comes to Canadian politics, it's messy on both sides. Trust me on that. It is. I'd rather just pretend the Queen's still alive. After her, the monarchy just seems scummy. Like, all around. Like, Queen Elizabeth, honestly, in my opinion, made the monarchy bearable. You know? King Charles is honestly scum. Princess Diana died in vain, frankly. And I really don't like William or Prince Harry either. And the ones who are likable are the ones who aren't the ones who are going to be actually ruling the country. Because Kate, she's likable. William might be better than Charles, but barely. Barely. Yeah, look at Jordan Pickford. T-Rex arms. Second half's about to start. I do have Irish blood. But that's the Republic of Ireland. So, of course I hate the monarchy. Chucky Arlaw. Chucky Arlaw. Pretty much nothing except give a speech on Christmas. Well, the Queen doesn't do anything anymore. She's dead. But the King or Queen does really nothing except make the speech on Christmas. Pretty much. Anymore, at least. That must be where your last name came from. And we're off in the second half. Irish last name, but acts way more Dutch. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Jaheim Thomas is off for Shane Thompson. Sadly, yes. The PSP was awesome, like, during its time. Like, PlayStation doesn't even make a portable console anymore. But then again, Microsoft never did, and Nintendo basically shot the half and just said, screw it. Like, Nintendo basically made their home console a portable console. Like, they basically killed 2 birds with 1 stone. 2-1 for Cavalier, and that means it was 1-0 Raoul Hope at the half of that game. Yep, they're back. Raoul Hope, it is still, let's see here. I remember. Especially playing online, I remember. Would you still play it today? Yeah, I still have the PSP. I just got to charge it up. I still have it. 46-minute. Just like I would still play my Atari 2600 if it was plugged up. Or in television, or Sega Saturn, or anything else. I have a Sega Saturn. I have an Atari 2600. I have an Odyssey 2. I have a SNES, NES, Genesis, Triple. I have an N64. I have a GameCube. I have an Xbox 360. I have a PS2. I have a PS3, PS4, Wii, PSP, Game Boy Advance, DS, 3DS. See what else? Have a mini Genesis. I have like 2 Atari flashbacks. 2 Atari flashbacks. I still ain't finished with the video game collection, but also the Sega Master System. I have that. Did I say in television? I have it in television. Also a mini and television plug and play as well. I ain't selling them. Unlike my dad, I am not selling them. If he didn't sell his, I wouldn't even have had to start the collection that I had to restart. I understand it though, but he's like, damn, I wish I didn't sell what I had. I'm like, yeah, I wish you didn't either. I wish you didn't either. He always was cool. What are you talking about? My dad always was cool. What are you talking about? I'd say I'm cool too, but we're both cool. What? Oh, also NES Mini. I also have that. Let's not forget about that. That plug and play. Also have that. Oh. I barely play video games anymore anyway. I have the systems I barely play, so. Technically. I'm missing the Switch. Yeah, I know. Like, I have every Animal Crossing game except the current one on the Switch. I love that series. Animal Crossing is an amazing series of games. I love that series. Man, during the pandemic, I was like, now you think Animal Crossing's cool? I've liked this series for years. I don't know if I was happy or pissed off that people were like starting to love the series. I'm like, now you know? Now you see it's awesome? I mean, I never got shit for liking it. They're boring games. I think I may be a little bit sleep deprived as well. And my brain just works differently anyway. I'm just being a pirate, that's all. Just being a. I'm just, I'm just being me. Okay. That's my reaction. That's my reaction. If I speak, I'm in trouble. If I speak, I am in trouble. So all I'll do is clap. '50-second minute. Still 2-1 for Cavalier. Arnett Gardens attacking 1-0 for Al Hope. Oh, God. It's CONCACAF after dark already. Jesus. What I mean by that is it's somehow probably I probably shouldn't add anything on to. That's all I'm saying. He's the Messi of the game. The best thing I could do is possibly clap. We've gone off the rails. I don't think. We've gone off the rails. I don't think we need to go NC-17. That's my point. Don't hate the player, hate the game. I wasn't hating on nothing. New Jersey Devils, the worst preseason team, but the Rangers have a tough time beating us. Who cares how good you are in the preseason if you make the playoffs? Who cares? Seriously, who cares? Preseason doesn't matter. As long as your team's getting fit and they start the regular season on time and they make the playoffs and they're fine when it matters, who cares? Seriously, who cares? Let's remember the Cleveland Browns, when they went 0-17, guess what? 4-0 in the preseason. Same with the Detroit Lions in 2008. They went 4-0 in the preseason, but they went 0-16. Preseason doesn't matter. Raheem Edwards? No. It's got to be a different one. I know, but it would be nice to see them win. The Raheem we know still plays for Montreal, right? He does, right? Besides, it's got to be a different Raheem Edwards. Besides, if Raheem Edwards fell out of MLS, the one our Raheem, he would go to the CPL, right? It's got to be a different Raheem Edwards from Mount Pleasant. That's got to be a different one. That can't be our Raheem. No. Still 1-0 Real Hope. Mount Pleasant needs 2 goals in 35 minutes to advance. And not to allow another, of course. Are you lactose intolerant? No. And even if I was, I'd still eat cheese. I'll gladly get the bubble guts if that means. No, I'm fine. I'm not lactose intolerant. I just don't like drinking milk. Like, I love ice cream. I don't get the bubble guts after eating it. I love cheese. I don't get the bubble guts after eating it. I love butter. Don't get the bubble guts after eating it. I drink protein shakes. Chocolate, preferably. I don't get the bubble guts after drinking those because I use milk. Hell, I drink chocolate milk or hot cocoa. I just don't like white milk by itself. If I turn it to chocolate milk, fine. If it's just chocolate milk itself, or into a protein shake. Cakes made with milk. I don't get the shits. What brand protein shakes? Optimum Nutrition. Those are amazing. Optimum Nutrition's protein shakes are the best. I think there was a GNC brand I used back in the day. Did Premier Protein once, but right now, Optimum Nutrition. Especially the high gains mixture. There was. And that's a goal for Cavalier. That's 3-1. Core Power? No, I protein powder into shakes. Core Power is already made. Me, I use protein powder into a shake. Blended, not shaker bottle. But Optimum Nutrition. It's a good brand. It's a good brand. It's a good brand. Optimum Nutrition. 3-1 is Dwayne Atkinson scoring. 3-1 for Cavalier. Should be enough to put them top. IHOP or Denny's? Denny's. IHOP sucks. I would, no. Never. No. I would rather go, I've never tried a Waffle House, but I'd probably rather go to Waffle House. I'd love to try Waffle House. But to me, I may try them. Honestly, I may try them just because. I may try the Lunchleys just because. Especially the pizza one. But I may try them. I may try them. Just because. It's called nostalgia for me. Kelly Oubre on for Dwayne Atkinson. It's called nostalgia, you know? I mean, Lunchley technically, it sort of is nostalgia. Well, Lunchley looks more real, frankly. And secondly, it doesn't give you lead poisoning. So if you wanted to actually relive your nostalgia, eat Lunchley because it won't give you lead poisoning. Lunchables are way too high in lead. I hope you heard that. Save. Don't eat lead. Don't eat paint. I don't trust Prime, though. I wasn't going to drink the Prime anyway. I just wanted to eat the food. I would throw the Prime bottle away. I'm not drinking Prime. Trust me, I'm not. You couldn't pay me to sell my soul to them. You couldn't pay me to sell my soul to Prime. Prime is like semi-edible battery acid. I never heard of it put like that. 61st minute. Because of the lawsuit. Yeah, especially the ones in the metal can. Well, those are energy drinks. Energy drinks taste like semi-edible battery acid. Especially Red Bull. I don't know why I'm pulling rank. We suck. I don't know why I'm pulling rank. We suck. I want to go full Kid Rock. You remember when Kid Rock shot all the Bud Light? I want to buy that many Red Bull cans and shoot them all. Shoot them all. Pull. 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 Let me go skeet shooting with Red Bull cans. Pull. Boom. Pull. Boom. Pull. Boom. You know the clay pigeons? That's skeet shooting. The sport. is what I'm referencing, by the way. Just so you know. Get your mind out of the gutter, strange man wearing a hat. Pull. Boom. Pull. Have you drank beer upside down from a keg? No. I've not been to a Project X party. No. No. I got that from a gradual report. That just stuck with me. Like, if you watch, I don't remember which gradual report episode it was, but that's where I got it from. It just stuck with me. The gradual report used to be funny as hell back in the day. He barely does anything anymore, but those were some funny videos. It just stuck with me. They should call themselves FC Jersey. They should call themselves FC Jersey. FC Jersey Red Bulls. Do it like FC Salzburg, FC Jersey. There we go. That's better. 63rd minute. Corner for Mount Pleasant. Murray off for Martin. Brown for Alboyne. Should be enough for Cavalier. Sure. Have you ever had those Krabby Patty candy gummies? Yes. Oh, those were awesome. Man, those were awesome. Those were the most awesome. I love gummy candy, but the Krabby Patty gummies, like back in the day, oh my. Man, those were awesome. I don't care if they look like it, they're awesome. Nostalgia. Remember those? Still 3-1 for Cavalier, 1-0 for Al Hope, and these games are stalling out. Looks like it's going to be Ral Hope versus Cavalier. Or Ral Hope and Cavalier. It's like one of those things you want to eat but can't because it's plastic. Yeah, because they made the gummy look opaque. Not opaque, but whatever. Those chocolate balls from SpongeBob too. Oh yeah, those like surprise chocolate balls, like with something inside the chocolate. Yeah, I remember those too. Like the hollow chocolate balls, there was some inside the chocolate. I remember those. Nobody had a problem with those until Kinder Surprise happened. Then I guess some dumb kid ate the toy. I guess some dumbass kid ate the toy. And then sued. And then people just lost their minds about it. Read the warnings. They banned it so hard they couldn't even use warnings in the USA. They were like, no, you're banned. Yeah, we'll put a warning on Tide Pods, but we won't put a warning on Kinder eggs. What? I don't know what's worse, honestly. Like, kids who are idiots who are like, I'll do the Tide Pod challenge, or young kids who accidentally get into it and eat one. I don't know which one's worse. Like, you feel sorry for a toddler if they do that, but how the hell did they get up there? Well, keep it low. Well, there you go. But a kid who chooses to eat a Tide Pod for a Tide Pod challenge, who's like a teen, you're a dumbass. Frankly, one, fuck around, find out. Second of all, natural selection. They should put a warning on hot sauce not to be used as lubricant. Yeah, because it ain't going to be hot for her pleasure. It's going to be hot for your detriment. But if you want to, after you're done, pour hot sauce down the rubber. If you don't want to flush it down the toilet, but I just heard Drake did that. Which, I mean, I get the idea, but Bucks touchdown, good. But yeah, don't use hot sauce as lubricant. One, I think it's too acidic. Second of all, that's not the 'Stanley Joseph for Castellanos. Cavalier playing forward. Goal 4-1 for Cavalier. That should do it for them. That should do it. Here we go. There we go. '69 minute. 1-0 Pharrell. Hope that looks like they'll advance. Jamaro Calvin with his second goal tonight. Playing forward. 72nd minute. 73rd minute. One to 4 for Cavalier. '73rd minute, playing forward. 4-1 for Cavalier. They're leading. Real Hope has a win as we speak. That will put them second place, 8 points under Cavalier. Arnett Gardens still only with 2. Police FC with 5. Mount Pleasant with 4. As that holds. '73rd minute. Playing forward. To wait for that one till that game is over. We'll see where. Well, actually, yeah, that means, yeah, they don't have it. That would mean Arnett Gardens still is at 1 point. Yeah, they ain't coming back. Police FC at 5 points. Mount Pleasant still at 4, but that can change. If they draw, they would be above Police FC. Real Hope looking for second place as it stands. There it is. Okay. Oh. And they just scored. Mount Pleasant. They get the goal. They got a goal. 1-1. So now they have 5 points, but Real Hope has 6. That holds Police FC in 4th place. That holds Police FC in 4th place. Arnett Gardens will finish bottom. There's no way they come back from this. 4-1 against Cavalier. Police FC are out no matter what. 74th minute. One to 4. For Cavalier. Topi coming on for Mount Pleasant. One 0 for Real Hope. Playing forward, that's saved, that's out. Oh no, that was a yellow card. Nope. 1-0. Still 1-0 for Real Hope. Jamaro Calvin's off for Ellis. My bad. It's still a lead for Real Hope. Thought I clicked on when I saw a goal. Thought I clicked when I clicked over. I saw a goal. It wasn't. They were showing a guy got a yellow card. Okay. All right. Substitutions. Do you have game after? Yes. Alajuelense versus Comunicaciones at 9. So there'll be that. There'll be that. Playing forward. Cross, shot, goal. And that is a goal for Raul Hope, 2-0. And I think that does it there. That does it. Raul Hope scores 2-0, and that'll do it there. Mountain Pleasant ain't coming back from that. So, there we go. Okay. So there we go. That should do it in that case. That should do that in that case. The 2-0 for Raul Hope should do it in that case. But we'll keep it up. We'll keep it up. Open up the book. There we go. So, Cavalier leads 4-1. They win. They'll top the group. 10 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. Raul Hope leads 2-0 against Mount Pleasant. Should be enough to win the game. But minutes to go in this game, in both games, getting to close to under 10 minutes. Cherie coming on for Raul Hope. That should be that. In both cases, I think we have our top two. 83rd minute. We have Central American Cup next. Alajuelense versus Comunicaciones. We review that game once it's over. And then Friday we do the Central American Cup quarterfinal recap, semifinal play-in predictions. We have Toronto on Saturday. That's not going to be fun. Pumas Toluca as well on Saturday. Sunday off. Well, no, actually. Caribbean Cup knockout stage predictions on Sunday. Monday off. Tuesday. Wait. We'll look into that when we get there. Bucks lead at halftime 24-17. Good. But Cavalier should be winning this game. Real Hope should be winning theirs. And we'll see how much stoppage time we get on both ends. I'll be here for the next game. And there you go. We'll set it all up and get it going. Playing forward. '85th minute. Man, these games are boring. Will Alajuelense advance or will Comunicaciones advance? We'll find out later. Shot blocked away. I feel like the Cavalier game will end instantly. I don't think they'll add stoppage time to it. It's the freaking Real Hope game that I'm not sure. Pass the post, goal kick. 4 goals for Cavalier. They let the first goal go in. They came back and ramped back. They needed to win to top the group. No matter what, they did that. Real Hope's winning 2-0. A win by Real Hope has them advanced, but no more than second, which means they will play Cibao FC. Means they'll play Cibao FC. And Mocha will play Cavalier. Later this month? I think it is later this month, but we'll talk about that when we get there. Bakers made 12-15 for 133 yards. Nice. Happy with that one. I'm happy with that. There you go. 88th minute. Cavalier leading 4-1. That'll be that. Real Hope beating Mount Pleasant. That'll be that. I don't think we have a crazy comeback happening in either place. Especially not Cavalier, but no matter what, Cavalier tops the group, so there's that. But Matt Ryan's getting inducted to the Falcons Ring of Honor. Nice. He deserves it. Still doesn't have a Super Bowl ring, but partially his fault. 88th minute. Throw in. Cross in. Ooh. Cross. That's out for goal kick. 1 minute to go. '89th minute. .30 seconds to go in this first game. Ron just left Thursday evening Bible study. Nice. Nice. 90th minute in the Cavalier game, 4-1 for Cavalier. They will top the group. Full time. Cavalier 4-1. That is that. All right. There's that. Let's see where the game for Mount Pleasant will end. See where that ends. 89th minute. Will there be stoppage time? How much of it will there be? We'll find out. But they will finish second if this result holds. Line A is going to be back by December. Good. Good. But Cavalier advances with a 4-1 win. They already advanced, but top of the group, no matter what. Raul Hope, big save there. Almost got a third. Almost. Just wasn't meant to be, but almost. Almost. 30 seconds. And they're on for the Central American Cup over there. Let's see. Teams are about to walk out. Five minutes of stoppage time. I'm going to, I think I'm going to step off of this one and start building up the next one. So with that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put us in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you in a couple of minutes for Alajuelense versus Comunicaciones. I'll get that one going. I'll see you then. I'm Ryan. I'm out. Peace. Cavalier advances 4-1. But we're ready to go. So set time to be back. Couple of minutes. Peace.